What up, Green Coda? We'll be starting in a second. It's good to see you. What's going on? Hope you guys are having a good night. Let's get some music started on here. I think that's right. I'm good, man. How are you tonight, Green? I came on because I missed doing my second stream. Good to hear. Good to hear. Missed doing my second stream on Wednesday, so I'm trying to just come in for a little bit. Gonna work on some Gravitas. Gonna start this. I'm redoing my scoring system. Let's just jump on in. What you been up to, by the way? I don't think I didn't even start the ID up. So what I need to do tonight is I need to start on the path of setting up a scoring system. Or I have a scoring system, but what you're going to see is very slow. Very slow, very laggy. Dang it, I didn't even touch it. Wait, I just touched it. Is that broken? Okay, we are. Well, I was going to start working on the scoring system tonight, but I guess I gotta fix a broken game. So sit back, relax, and watch me figure out what the heck is going on here, because I can't destroy anything. Have to be something. I just redid part of the game to have to use collision detection, so it's probably got something to do with that. Well, probably look at this. Why don't you let's go someplace nice. There we go. And can I... Yeah, I think that's better. Now let's figure out why we can't destroy anything. Let's probably start, let's start at the beginning. Let's start where we actually are finding out if, hard to see when you're online. Wait, it's on the left? Huh. Your display picture is gray. So it's, huh. Okay, so I wonder, because I guess which logo is grayed out. I guess my character being gray. Huh. I appreciate that, man. I never thought about that. I might have to look. I definitely will look into that. Thank you. Dude, what if that's been the issue all this time? People just think I'm always offline. Oh. My soul hurts a little bit at the thought of that. Where's our hit? Or where's our... Okay. So this is where we're dragging the celestial body. And we got rid of that because we don't need that anymore. This is the gravity stuff. Positions to creator. Point. Okay. So this says it's made contact with the destroyer. It has to be a list of celestial bodies that the mouse is over. Oh, I like this song. It's one of the new ones. Go. And not in change? wrestling's wrong. Why did I do this? Let's see what happens when we get rid of this. Oops, very good. Yeah, okay, that was what it was, but why did I put that in there? As you can see, it's very slow, even for the little amount of social binds I have. It's very slow. Because what I want to do is, I wanted to, from the one that's being from the social binds being destroyed, I wanted to branch out the explosions, branch out in every direction it's gone, and so it's a cascading explosion going outward, kind of almost like a shockwave. Let's build a bigger one, get a better idea how slow this thing is. Let me check. Okay, it still destroys if you touch it while dragging, so that's good. Let's do a couple branches here. I like the little bounce that got added in from the last changes. No, that's enough. I can go ahead and destroy it now. So what you're gonna see, this should blow up where it should blow up like this. You should see one in each of those chains blow up in sequence. But as you see, it's only doing one chain at a time. And it's very slow. See, it's, well, sorry, I took my cursor off and it stopped. I'm probably supposed to get rid of that calculation. I don't think people care. All right. So how do we do this? Thinking about a code routine. Just thinking how that would work though. I have to start the setup first. Let's see. So we're setting up for our for the things that are being destroyed. Here. So if it has contact with a destroyer, celestial body that has been moused over by the mouse. You got fired. How'd that happen? Because if I remember correctly, you're in Germany and you were working for some type of security company, and they were letting you use the software, their hardware for your personal stuff as well. For your I believe you were freelancing on the side as well, or you trying to start your own company. I can't remember. Okay, and I do remember now. They had put you under a lot of pressure for some, like they weren't giving you a lot of time to do work. If I remember correctly, they were like crunching you a lot, and you had taken a little bit of time off. Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, and you had taken a little bit of time off. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Are you in the middle of looking for another job now? Okay, well, good luck to you, man. You know, I'll tell you, I've gotten fired from a couple of jobs, and usually I find something better. Like sometimes that stuff is kind of like a blessing in disguise, because places be so poorly run that they like end up putting a lot of pressure on you and not realizing that it's them that's the problem. But you end up like somewhere else where like, want to recover first? I understand that. That's fine. Like, when you lose a job, it's kind of like losing, well, I won't say losing part of your identity, because you shouldn't really put your identity in the job, but I get what you're saying. It's a blow to your self-esteem. I can tell you that for real. And at some point, you realize though that the job was not you, and you were not the job. You have bigger and better aspirations than any job can ever really give you. For the most part, my take. And so them letting you go, you have to realize them letting you go is really their loss. Because like I was saying, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, they're the ones that messed up by putting a bunch of pressure on you and not respectfully, how do I say this? By not managing properly, they're the ones that messed up, and then they put it on you. That's just how I feel about it. I know that's not always the situation. I feel like that's the situation a lot of times when people get fired. Because like I said, I've been fired a couple of times, and I will say a couple of times were my fault, and a couple of times it was a bunch of BS. Yeah, and they just need somebody to put it on too. Like when I say like when it was BS, it's because it's like bad management, and then the bad management comes down on you when they didn't do a good job, and then they have to put the blame on you to get it off themselves. That type of stuff. So yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, man. And you know, good luck on you know, finding your next job after you get yourself together. Because I can tell you, the times that I've been unemployed, I have had to, how do I say it? I have had to reassess the way I look at myself and the way to look at situations in the world around me. And realize that as long as you're doing the best you can, then you should never hold fault with yourself. As long as you know you did the right thing and you were doing as best as you could, then there's no reason to feel down on yourself. You know, this is my humble opinion about it all. Being a guy who's worked in IT for like 20 years. Well, and I will be careful about saying you could have tried harder, because you can also work yourself to death. And let me be honest, they're not going to care. They only care about results. And if you work yourself into the ground, they're not going to care that you're killing yourself. So as you have to have realistic expectations about what you can do at any given time. And like I say, if you know that you're at that point where you're doing all you can reasonably, then you should feel no fault in yourself. Because a lot of times people put unreasonable expectations on you because they either don't understand what you're doing or how much effort something takes, or they're just jerks and they're just being ridiculous. Now, I will give you the other side of that, though. I'll give you the other side of it, though. Because like I said, I have been fired because it was my fault, but that was because I was how do you say it? Like when people like fired themselves, I was doing that where I was solely frustrated with a job and I just kind of just hated being there. So I just kind of halfway worked and didn't care. And so when it happened, like it still kind of hits you, but in me, I knew that I was messing up. I knew that I had done that. So that was my lesson. I learned that a long time ago. But I know most of the times that I've been let go, I did the best I could. And because I recognized that after those firings where it was my fault, I recognized what I could have done to be better. And I actually executed on that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, at some point you can only do so much, man. You're only human, and people's expectations sometimes don't equate to them recognizing you as a person. Oh, like I said, if you know you did right, don't sweat it. There's something better to come along. Yeah, and that's another thing too. They probably treated you like a junior engineer, and sometimes they work junior. They look at junior engineers as he's young. He didn't know. He can't because I'm still young. He's young. He can't know anything. Oh, they talking about the way they felt about you? Because that's what I was saying. As a junior engineer, they probably took advantage of you a little bit. Because a lot of times, and I've seen this, is things that they should have put on a senior engineer, they'll put on a junior engineer who doesn't know any better to push back, or who doesn't have the ability to push back, and have an over expectation of you to they do sink or swim on you. Essentially, they're making you prove yourself by overworking you. That type of toxic mentality. That stuff needs to stop. Just in general in the industry. The sink or swim mentality. Because, and I'm probably going to iterate something the Primogen said, but I agree with this statement totally. Why, as a company, are you going to train someone only to let them go later? At some point, developers with 20 years experience just couldn't do the task I was supposed to do. That's weird. 20 years experience, they couldn't do what you would. Oh, okay. Let me finish my point and then I'll get right to that, what I think about that. Let me go back to my original point. Yeah, why would a company sit there and train you only to let you fail? Or not give you money when you feel like you're owed more money? That's because they're not treating you as a person. They're treating you as a number, as an instrument, as a what do I put it? They're not treating you as as a part of a company that adds value to the company. They're treating you as a tool. So that's where I think a lot of the problems with these layoffs and stuff come, where they just treat people like things they can get rid of to get their numbers right, instead of actual people that they could get more value out of if they treat it properly. But anyway, that's my thought about it, and I'm kind of quoting the Primogen on that, but I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that line of thought. Now, to what you're saying, the only way I can see developers with 20 years of experience not being able to do assigned tasks is if they got there through just being there and never actually grew as developers, or they're specializing. I definitely have seen that. You know, so I'm wondering. That's the only way I can see that happening. If you're there if you got 20 years of experience and you can't do something that's assigned to you, you are either in the wrong place or you're getting away with something. Like pushing it on like junior developers and not actually doing things and learning and experiencing things and growing your skills. That's all I can say. That's the only way I can see that happening. Which I have actually seen. All right. Yeah, because it's like, dude, I've seen senior data engineers that only know how to interact with like a database through a tool. Like they've never actually written a script. Like, I don't even know how you get away with that. But anyway, I've seen it. Anyway. Let's roll back on this. You're gonna get me ranting. All right. So here we are collecting. So this is when it's being touched by a destroyer. We stop it from being dragged. We remove any orbiting bodies. Remove. Orbiting. Wait a minute. Remove. Well, we remove it from orbiting anything, and then we remove anything orbiting it. We add a light onto it, and then we add it here. We tell it to prepare for destruction. Give it the information. And then add it to the list of ones that are being destroyed. How do we improve on that? We need to how do we improve on that? Because right now one of the bigger problems is a list of lists. And that ain't working. How do we make that work? What do we change here? Let's look at this function. And you have to justify why you're not finished. So let me ask you a couple of questions with that before you consider quitting, because I know getting fired from a job can be detrimental, because like I said, I've been there a couple times. But how many jobs as software engineer have you worked, by the way? As a software developer, how many jobs have you worked? Because I kind of feel like you're kind of new to the industry, so you're going to have these jobs that are just going to be shitty jobs. Because I've had a couple. I've also had some really good jobs. It just depends on who you end up with. You have 4 jobs, okay. Have all of them been the same way? Like, have all of them been like people who are making unrealistic time estimates and stuff? Have you, and if they have you ever done anything like, have you ever had like, what you call it? Have you ever had a job where we're doing like Scrum and they had a Scrum master and they did, have you ever had anything where they use like something similar to the Agile methodology? And have you had like BAs that work with you to get your requirements and have like tech architects over you or over your team? Or are you working at places that just have like guys that tell you to code? Like, are you at a code workshop? A code, what do you call it? Not a code workshop, a code sweatshop. I meant to say sweatshop, a code sweatshop. Because I've been in those too, where they just give you something to do and they just have some timeline in their head for when you're supposed to be done. Because I have been fired from one of those places, and let me tell you, it was garbage. Oh, the second dude. Okay. So here's what you need to do then. If you're keep working at code sweatshops, what you need to do is start interviewing your interviewer. What I mean by that is, when you go for an interview, you interview them about the type of environment that they say that you're going to work in, right? Because this is what I've learned. Let me give you an example. There was one place where I was interviewing with them, and I talked with and you do the sit down with your person who's going to be your tech lead, during the interview process. And he's like, "Are you ready to come in and every day you be working on one thing, you cover the next day, you might have to switch gears and work on something completely different, and then the next day you might have to do something else completely different." And in my head, I was like, No, I do not want to do that. That sounds terrible. And I respect the guy for being honest, but I didn't go back for a second interview. I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. And you just got to be aware of like environments or companies that are going to put you in a bad environment. Because it's not good for you, and it really isn't good for them. They just don't know it. So next time you interview, make sure you interview them, and make sure if it's not something that you're comfortable doing, or you're not feeling good about whatever situation they're describing to you, that you're willing to walk away from it, because it's only going to make you better. Going to a job that has a good structure and a good environment only makes you a better programmer, because you don't have to deal with BS. And you can do things and actually build things and actually learn from building things and become a stronger developer. Let's switch up the background here. Where else do we want to go tonight? Let's check out. Let's see what's up in Cleveland. But that'd be my advice. You have to, and I'm not gonna say it's gonna be foolproof, because people will shine a turd and try to present it like it's gold. But when you recognize that, when you get more experience, you'll recognize when a situation is bad just from looking at it. You'll know the telltale signs of that. So before you give up, I want you to try that. I want you to try to recognize a bad situation before you even get into it. And that doesn't mean like you're going to get it right all the time. You can still end up in a bad situation, but at least you know job where they work this way. I've not seen a job offer where they work this way. What do you mean? Like when you interview, who do you talk, like how's your interview process there? because I've been in different interviews. I've been with representatives. I've been with, you know, over the phone. I've been, you know, directly interviewed by, you know, by the, you know, tech lead or whatever, or interviewed by somebody in HR who just doesn't really understand anything, but like, as long as you say the right words, they're just going to pass you through, which isn't a great situation either. But like, I've had all types of interviews. They're simply line, demand, everything. Again, I'm gonna put that to the experience you've been going through. And again, I don't know what I don't know exactly what you're going through. This is my approximation from my standpoint. And I'm in America, and I believe you're in Germany. So I'm sure there are different environments. But I have to feel like the hiring process can't be that different. I'm talking about hiring. I'm not talking about like working in a company, because I'm sure company culture is different between the two countries in general. But I'm talking about like just the interviewing process. There has to be some commonality between the interviewing process that you're going through and something I'm going through. Where I'm thinking, if you're able to discern when people are lying to you about a work environment, and that comes from experience. That definitely comes from experience. If you're able to discern when people are going to are lying to you about like what type of work environment you're going to get into, that's not a place you want to work for. So this is my advice. Companies still functions they did in the 80s. Personnel management, here's medieval. Okay. But my point still stands. Hopefully you can kind of pick up on when an environment's not going to be good for you, and kind of walk away and look for a job that gets you a better, that has a better experience for you. That will present you with a better experience. Yeah. I mean, and again, good luck to you, man. I mean, I'm at the point now where so the job I had before the current one, I chose to work there. Oh, no problem, man. Always glad to help. I chose to work there because I just told them I wanted to do cool stuff, right? Otherwise, I would have just tried to stay freelance. And, you know, and I kind of interviewed them while they were interviewing me, and that's why I wanted that job. And even then they only proved right. They only did that 50% of the time. Only 50% of the time I actually felt like I was doing something cool. Now that job is gone. They closed shop because, they, went under. So, and then they sold us to another company. And this company here doesn't really give a crap. So I'm just kind of biding my time right now until I can hopefully get my game development stuff together and actually hopefully do something with that. Do my own game dev company, whatever. Anyway, okay, how do we make this better? I think we're going to have to manage it at the top level instead of what I was doing here and managing it within the connected celestial bodies, because I was doing it like a tree, but that's not working out properly. So maybe we If we start at the top and we do a linked list object that just carries every level. Huh. How are we doing it though? Yeah, it would essentially, we would build it like a linked list that would keep the next one to be destroyed in connection, like a parent-child relationship, a tree parent-child relationship. But each one would have the function to call itself to do its destruction and add up its points. I think that'll work. How do we make that work? And then we'll put it in a coroutine so that it'll run. Here. Or do I just put it in a list of do I put it in its own classes and just have each class parent child each other, or each object parent child each other for each level? But then how would I track that? I would need to know Just trying to think this out. If I did a linked list, the link. Well, let's mix the two ideas. An object that has all the celestial bodies that are in a level to be destroyed. Then it links to the next one with the next list of those that are being destroyed. The question is, how do I track all that? How do I know which one belongs on which level? Unless I pass it down into the celestial bodies and they register themselves to what level they belong on. Put up something real quick. Okay. Let's see. Let's go up to our current list of the things that need to be destroyed is. Celestial bodies in destruction phase, which is a list of a list, which I should be ashamed of myself, but there it is. So essentially, we will pass this down into each celestial body. Each celestial body knows where it is in the chain, so it will go through the link list and register itself with where it's supposed to be and where in the chain it's supposed to be in the list of planets it's supposed to be destroyed. It'll also register itself to a level in the linked list. Let's go down here to where I've, of course, broken the game. So we're going to reverse this instead of doing this. Instead of doing this and this, we should be passing the link list down here. Again, it has to know what level it's on in the destruction. Like, this will be, if this is the first time it's coming in here, then I'm on level 1. This guy's gonna be on level 2, level 3. Then anyone else is anything after that. Like if there's 2 more, that'd be 4 and 5. Multiplier. Increment. I could use that to tell what level I'm on. Because the first time I come in here, I'm always 0.1. Yeah, that could work. And I'm incrementing 0.1 every time I go down anyway. Check bodies. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I guess, oh, this is getting returned. Yeah, we're not gonna do that anymore. What are we using this for? We aren't. What is this for? See, it's been so long since I wrote this. Well, and so long, I mean like a couple months. I don't forget everything it's supposed to be doing here. How do we do this? What are we using that number for? Number of connected bodies when destroyed. Why do I care about that? Is it used for the multiplier? Get destroyed chain count. What? Oh, it's used for counting. It's used for for goals. For tracking goal stats. Yeah, so I definitely need that. Like if you say there's you can only destroy 4 celestial bodies. That's where I get the count from. So I'm gonna leave that the way it is. For each one, and all the celestial bodies. All destroyed bodies. Yeah, we won't need that anymore. In fact, just go ahead and get rid of it. What is this? Oh, we aren't using that. Not sure what that was for, but I'll just put that to the side for right now. Chain bars are prepared to be destroyed. Might have to take a break here in a little bit, but let's see what we can do for this. Let's see what we can do for right now before we take a break. It's like the at what point it's being destroyed. Which all right. Sorry, Green. Do you know the game Factorial? Factorial? I know of it. I've never actually played it. But yeah, it looks interesting that I guess you put these systems together that run kind of almost like a Goldberg machine. What about it? You that's your game? You be playing it a lot? Oh, okay. I got you. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I mean, I wish I had time to play games these days. The only game I'm playing right now is Mario Rabbids Spark of Hope, and I actually don't like that game. The only thing about it is the combat is fun, but even the combat's kind of busted. That's no. All right, I can't do that when it's null. Just thought about that. Okay. First comes in here. That's. I need to check it next. Well, first check here. This is going to be null. No, I need to hit the first one. Get our first one. Come down here if it's on the first level. Would add this to the list. Hate the value. No, not this. I messed up. Okay. All chain bodies. Make sure we get this right. First child, second child, all of the children. But I need to be first, or this one needs to be first. Essentially, if I'm not being destroyed yet, I need to put myself in the list, or it needs to put itself in the list. Then once it's done all that, then it tells itself, all right, it's preparing to be destroyed. Now go to that list. May have messed that up. Well, actually, why don't we just check all of them? That way we know the things that are in there are supposed to be in there. Oh, yeah. Actually, just go up here. All right, I'm going to have to take a break. What I may, well, what I may end up doing is trying to clean this up just a little bit so we can actually just, so I can actually just have the screen showing while I'm going. There we go. So we all those are are not yet set to be destroyed. So we can get rid of this guy. To get things on there. All right, I got it. Let's just clean this up a little bit. Clean it up. Just do a shameless plug. Just a stopgap right there. All right, shameless plug while I'm gone. Be back in a couple minutes. We are back. Sec. All right. Okay. If there isn't any, add one. Whenever this is equal to the last one, add it. If it's not, whenever it's not, just advance to the next one. If the next one doesn't exist, just add an empty list. I think that works. You're not sure to this if statements. Chain bodies. What does that mean? Okay, that no chain bodies are prepared to be destroyed. No chain bodies prepared to be destroyed. I can just do a count on all bodies for that. Destroy chain count greater than 1. Or reducing it by 1. We'll come back and look at that later. I know that's for the challenge tracking. Way to pass down this information. Selected. Right, we don't need this anymore. Just set it in. after we've registered it, tell it to do its own registration. Need to tell these to register that they've been registered. Change there. Can't sit. Can't. Wait a minute. Okay. If I'm registering them here, because okay, if I'm at level 1, oh, I need to be tracking the levels it's at. If this is the counter, the counter is not going to actually equate to the actual level, right? Or do I do this afterwards and I say level +1, level +2? Yeah, because this isn't going to be right. Okay, so I'm going to each one of these. Yeah, they're all on the same level, right? No, the first one will be on its own level, then everything after that will be on the next level. This song slaps, good grief. Because you have the main one, then everything else after that is a child. That is correct. I just need not do the first one. Or if the first one is this one. I think my logic works. And it doesn't need to be in this loop either. This is going through each one. So this is going to possibly have one itself in there plus its children. It's going to go through each one. It's going to find. I don't know if that's right. Yeah, I think that's not right. This logic isn't right. Because the level is not going to change. It's going to be the same level for one or the other. It's going to be the same level for the main one, and then the next level for everything after that. So this doesn't need to be set. Or does it? Wait. Because I don't need them registering again if they've already registered. So we'll fix that in a second. Because they're going to register on this level with the level here. Yeah, so this doesn't even need to be in here because I just need to get to the right level. So I just need to find the level that the main one is on and then the next level if it exists. I need the node for. Yeah, oh, well. Okay, I need the node for the first one. If it's in the list. It may not be in the list because it may already be prepared to be destroyed. Okay, so I just need to find the current level node and then just go ahead and grab the next one anyway. Check terminal. This real quick. To current destruction level. Oh. Next. If I create it, I can just get the next. Oh. So if it's First. It doesn't exist. We'll create it. If it is the right level, we go ahead and add it to that level. If not, we move on to the next level. And we don't need that there. And once we know that we're on the current level, we can get the next. Check out the gate if it's no. So we'll just add it to the last. At that point, we don't even need a next. We can just use the same one. We only need the current one for when we know we are at the current level. After that, it's all the next one. While we're here, let's go ahead and update these. Right, let's just get a variable for that. Let's tell you that index all the time. Oh. Then we set to the first. Unless there isn't one. There isn't a first. Make a first. Wait a minute. Okay, let's look at this logic. We make the current level. We need to go ahead and add the current one to it. We're not doing it anywhere else, right? All right. Okay, we need to advance this to the next level. Right. Well, actually, there won't be a next level because we know that doesn't exist. That's not right. That puts that on the current level, on the next level. Here. We come, we check for the first level. If the first level doesn't exist, or the current level we're looking at doesn't exist, we create it. Once we get to the level we're supposed to be on, we put that one on that level, and then we move on to the next level. If it doesn't exist, we create it. And here we're just moving to the next level. Am I remembering right? That's the way it's supposed to work. If a level doesn't exist, you're going to get a null. Or null if the current node is the last element. Right, okay. So you get a null if you try the next and there's nothing there. Alright, I think that works. And then it's going to call the ones in the body, call the ones on the next level. Well, I need to add them. Really, I don't even need the next level. All I need is the yeah, I don't even need that. Because all I need is just to put it in the list. So all I need is the list. Way. I think she said that. Yeah, I did. All right. I think that logic works. Yeah, I don't need this either. Yeah.
They push, they shove, say I'm too weak. But if they knew, they never speak. They laugh, they lie, call it a game. But all I feel is hurt and shame. They said it's safe, they said it's home, but walls don't care and I'm alone. The light's too bright, the night's too long. I try to breathe, but it feels wrong. And they laugh when I cry, like it's fun, like it's right. But I already hate myself. Don't they feel the same as well? No place for me, no way to run, locked in a war that I never won. Came here broken, hope to mend, but even here I break again. Count my scars behind closed doors. Words hit worse than any war. Doctors nod, say it'll change, but all they do is write my name. And they laugh when I cry, like it's fun,
Sure about this way.
like it's right.
Figure it out later.
I already hate myself. Don't they feel the same as well? No place for me, no way to run, locked in a war that I never won. Came here broken, hope to mend, but even here I break again.
I like that song a lot. I like that song a lot. That dude, that was one of that artist is guy that stops by every once in a while. Part of the community. Um, just run through this logic again. Because it ends up only just being finding the current level in the linked list and adding the current object to it. That's all this is. Wait a minute. We don't need to do this if it's already. We definitely need to add it. It's already in the level. Ugh. All we need to do is get it to the current level. If it's in there, we don't need to add it, but we need to set it up for the next level. And do we need to check that that level exists? Because I hit current level. Whether now adding or not. Okay, so I hit this. Yeah, I'm not checking after that. Wait a minute. Okay. So I hit current level. But I'm not checking next. At that point. Should. Wait a minute. No, I need to be careful because this level could already exist. And I'm adding another level on the end all the time. If a level exists already, so I do need the next level, get down here. That's a null coming in. So if we get down here, this is null. We'll have to have some logic that's not null as well. Hold on. I think this hasn't happened either way. And then this is current level and isn't set. Didn't add it. So this is always the next level. So once we come here, it's the current level, whether it exists or not. It's the current level. Then we advance to the next level until the current level is, well, the currently selected level. We'll always advance to the next one until the actual selected the actual level is found. Two. Now we know the next level, whether if it exists or not. But if it doesn't exist, that's it. So our list is going to be updated anyway. If it's not null, we need to see if it has a list already. Oh. Very good. What we'll do is we'll add current list to the one that's going to be updated. This will always update. The list in here. Okay. Now we have to update our actual scoring, because now we actually have the list of things that are being destroyed. We need to collect from them the points information from them as they're right before they're destroyed to add to the score. I don't think we need this because we already have. Our list we're passing down is getting updated. we called it. I forgot where I put it. Did I even create it? Yeah. Oh, okay. It's the same object. I just changed its type. So actually we're reversing this. You come in here. Oh, nope, wrong variable. Okay. More. Oops. Where are we collecting? Where are we doing our points at? Oh, right here. That's where you check the objectives. Do these subtotal pending. This is where it's actually destroyed. Okay. But I don't think we're gonna get that far tonight. Because I gotta figure out how does this work now. That's tracking the number of celestial bodies destroyed for goals, for objectives. I mean, level objectives, and how we're gonna do this for totaling up the points. Probably won't be too much different. But it is going to take a little bit of change, a little bit of updating. What can we do before we finish off for the night? Oh, one, get rid of that. Yeah, I don't think we need that anymore. So I think we're going to leave it at that for right now. And we're going to come back next time. We're going to finish this stuff up. And we'll figure out what to do with the objective stuff. And then we'll get down to actually totaling. And see if our destruction... And figure out how we're going to actually destroy them in sequence of levels. That one will probably make a co-routine or something. But let's see. Well, let's see what we can rate it out here. All right, so about to head out to well, let's see if got some people calling. Yeah, so we're about to raid on out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you to Green Coder. Thank you to all the lurkers. I will probably be back on Monday. So I hope you have a great weekend. And I will see you then.